Hello students, welcome back. Let's continue with practice set 14 of chapter 3, that is HCF and LCM. Okay children, let's continue practice set 14. Now in that up till question number 5 we had already solved, and then question number 6. So let's start with question number 6. Question number 6, let us read this question first. The HCF and LCM of two numbers are 432 and 72 respectively. If one of the number is 216, what is the other number? So children, what is given? What is given is LCM is. So LCM, what is the LCM is given is 432. What is the LCM given? 432. And HCF is given as HCF is equal to 72. Now one number is given, one number is 216. Okay, other second number question mark, that we have to find. Now we know the what is the property, that some product of, what is the property, product of two numbers equal to LCM into HCF. Okay, now this second number children we don't know, so let it be X. We don't know, so let it be X. Now here product of two number is equal to LCM into HCF. I can also write as LCM into HCF is equal to product of given numbers, product of two numbers. Now what is my LCM children? 432 into HCF is 72. First number is 216 into the second number we don't know, let it be X. Now see children, okay, now what will, this has become an equation form. This 216 will come where? Down. 432 into 72 upon 216 is equal to X. Okay, now see children, there are many ways to do the simplification. There are many ways to do this, solve this. First you multiply and then divide, or else you can do direct simplify. Okay children, now look here children. First, if suppose if you are taking, say for example, this 432, okay, 432 is nothing but it is, now see children, 216 multiplied by 2, so 2 6 are 12, carry 1, 2 1s are 2, 3, 2 2s are 4. That means 432, I can write it as 2 into 216, 432 into 72 upon 216 is equal to X. Now 216 gets cancelled. What is remaining children? 2 into, what is remaining? 2 into 72 is equal to X. Therefore 2 2s are 4, 7 are 14. 144 is equal to X children. That means therefore your second number is 144. Second number is 144. Clear children? Have you understood? Copy down. Now let's move to the next sum, that is sum number 7. Now question number 7. The product of two-digit number is 765. See children, the product of two-digit number is 765. Now two numbers product is 765. So we will write it, what is given, product of two-digit number is 765. And the HCF children, HCF is 3. LCM is, what is the LCM? That means LCM is question mark. Now we know the property, product of two given, okay, two numbers, product of, okay, so product of two numbers is equal to HCF into LCM. Now what is the product of two numbers children? 765 is equal to, now HCF is 3, LCM we don't know, so we are just writing like that way. Now 765, this 3 will come where? In the denominator, that is equal to LCM. Now when you divide this, directly also you can divide, or so 3 1s are 3, 2s are 6, again 3 5s are 15, carry 1, so you are getting 255 is equal to LCM. Therefore LCM we wanted, that is equal to 255. That is your sum number 7. Now moving to the next sum, that is sum number 8. Sum number 8, let us copy down children, pause the video and copy. Now going to the next sum, that is sum number 8. Question number 8. Okay, a trader has 3 bundles of string, 392 meter, 308 meter and 490 meter long. What is the greatest length of the string that the bundles can be cut into without left over a string? Now see children, always remember in this chapter when word problems comes, in that if they are asking the greatest number or bigger number, if such terms comes, you have to find the HCF. And if the question comes, find the smallest number, least number, okay, smallest number or least number, okay, lesser number, this type of words when it comes in the problems sum, in that case you have to find the LCM. So when greatest number, bigger number is asked, you will find HCF. When smaller number, lesser number, okay, it will be, in that case you have to find the LCM. Now a trader has, now for the greatest number, here the question is what is the greatest number? Okay, so first thing you will write solution. First thing you write for the greatest number, okay, for the greatest number for the length of the string, we need to find HCF. Okay children, HCF. Now how we find the HCF? So now we have 3 numbers, 392 by a method 392, second one is 308, and the next one is 490. Now see children, 490. As you can see, all the last digit is a even number, so it will be divisible by 2. 2 ones are 2 nines are 18, carry 1, 2 six are 2 ones are 2 fives are 154, and this will be 2 twos are 2 fours are 8, carry 1, 2 fives are. Now see children, all these numbers, okay, now here last digit, somewhere it is even, somewhere it is 5, somewhere it is 6. So now here it is not possible to go, if you count 1 plus is 6, 6 plus 4 10. So this is not going to be divisible by, all the numbers should be divisible by same number as per the rule of HCF. Now here this is 10, so not possible with 3 also, not possible 5 also. So now let us see with 7. So 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14, 7 twos are 14, remaining 7 eights are 56. Yes, again 7 twos are 14, 7 twos are 14. Then 7 fives, 7, your 7 fives are how much? 7 245. So it will be 7 threes are 21. Okay, 7 threes are 21 here, and what is remaining here? So 7 35s are will be 245. Yes or no children? You can divide by 245, you can divide by 7 and you will get the question 35. Now here see children, 28, 22 and 35. It is not possible that all the terms will go in any single number. That is why here we need to stop, and HCF is 2 into 7, and that is equal to 14. So the greatest length of the string children will be, the question is greatest length of the string, is 14 meter. Okay children, greatest length of the string is 14 meter. Let's move to question number 9. Which two consecutive, let us read the question. Which two consecutive even numbers have an LCM of 180 children? Okay, now what is given children? Given is LCM is equal to 180. Okay children, LCM is given 180, and here see children, they have given consecutive even numbers. Okay children, so always remember there is a rule that HCF of, always remember that HCF of two consecutive even numbers is always equal to 2. Okay children, HCF of two consecutive even number is always 2. This is a rule. You should by heart this, by heart and keep that two consecutive even number is 2. Now see children, it is a consecutive number, we don't know. Okay, so let us suppose the first consecutive number, let the first consecutive number be x, second consecutive number be x plus 2, because it is even. We cannot go for x plus 1 because it will become odd. Now as per our rule, product of, see children, what is our rule? Product of two numbers is equal to LCM into HCF or HCF into LCM. It is one and the same. Now what is the product of two numbers? We have x into x plus 2, that is equal to LCM is 180 into 2. So now here see children, certain rules in this question number 9 will be using some rules which you will learn detail in 8th standard. So these sum children you just copy down. Now these type of sums will not come for you in 7th standard. This is only the purpose of solving, so I am solving this sum. But children, these type of sums you will come across in 8th standard. So don't worry, don't think that teacher is some steps here will be I am using will be of 8th standard. You just note down this sum. This is only for completing the exercise. But then, okay children, so this type of sums will come in 8th standard, not in this. So this question number 9 will not come in the exam, only for understanding little solving purpose I am solving it now. So now let us do children, x into x will become x square plus x into 2 will become 2x, that is equal to 360. Okay children, now what we are doing, adding 1 on both the side, that is 360 plus 1. Here also children we are adding 1. Okay, now x square plus 2x plus 1, this is an expansion of x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, and this will become 361. Now x plus 1 whole square is equal to, this 361 is your 19 square. 19 into 19 is 361. Now see children, removing square from both the side, okay, then we will come x plus 1 is equal to 19. So x is equal to 19, this plus 1 will go that side, minus 1, so x is equal to 18. Clear children? So now the first consecutive number is 18. Now here I will continue children. First number is x, that is 18. Second number is x plus 2, and that is 18 plus 2, and that is equal to 20. So children, the two consecutive numbers are 18 and 20. Again I repeat children, this sum is little tricky. So this type of sums you will come across in 8th standard. This 7th standard hardly it will come. Okay children, LCM is 180. HCF of two consecutive number is always 2. That you will remember, that you can learn that point. And then solution, where consecutive numbers we have taken x and x plus 2. Product of two number we have substituted. We have multiplied this, x into x becomes x square. Here rule of indices is used. Okay, x to x. Okay, that you will learn later on even in 7th standard. More detail after certain in the second semester chapters. Okay children, x square plus 2x, that is equal to 360. We are adding 1 on both the side, and then we are using that formula. Okay, removing the square. Now children, with this we have completed our third chapter, that is HCF and LCM. So now two chapters are over, we have completed. Now we will be moving to the first chapter. Okay children, now we will be moving to the first chapter, that is geometrical construction. The first chapter, that is geometrical construction. So you can write chapter 1, that is geometrical construction. Now geometrical construction children, geometrical construction, okay, you had last year also one chapter on geometrical construction, where you had learned about angle bisector, perpendicular line segment, and some one or two more concepts in that last year, I think so, in 6th standard. Yes or no? So geometrical construction, last year you had learned something about your angle bisector, perpendicular bisector, and so on. So now let us first revise what you have learned in your previous class, that is 6th standard. First is your angle bisector, children. So what is an angle bisector? Now angle bisector is nothing but, so first one is your angle bisector. You can write the definition that angle bisector divides an angle. An angle bisector, you can write the definition, an angle bisector divides an angle in two equal parts. Divides an angle in two equal parts. Okay, children. Now suppose if we take an example, okay, we take an example. Suppose we are given that bisect angle of 60 degree. Okay, what is given? We have to bisect angle of 60 degree. Okay, bisect angle measuring 60 degree. Bisect angle measuring 60 degree. Now children, first you have to draw angle of 60 degree. And how are you going to draw? First thing, I am going to use geometrical compass and all, but then first thing you are going to how to draw angle of 60 degree, children. How we have drawn last year. Okay, first you are drawing the base. Okay, then second step you will keep the protector here. Second step you are going to keep the protector, okay, properly like this way. Where is 60 degree? Suppose this is your 60 degree. Okay, then you are drawing that, okay, this angle of 60 degree. Suppose this is your angle of 60 degree you have drawn. Now the step comes, children, where you need to bisect. Okay, now this whole angle is 60 degree. Now how are you going to bisect? You will take your rounder and convenient radius. You are drawing two arcs over here and here. Okay, I will be drawing and showing. Just I am explaining. One arc over here, one arc here, and then again keeping at this first arc. Okay, you are going to draw here, cut arc in the center. Again keeping on the second arc, you are cutting the center, and then you are drawing a ray passing through the center, and that will be your angle bisector. Okay, children, that will be your angle bisector. Now here I am showing this angle bisector. Okay, now here I am drawing in the notebook one angle which measures 60 degree. Suppose this is the angle I am drawing. Say for example, here I am using the protector. Say for example, this is a protector. I am drawing an angle of 60 degree. This I have drawn an angle of 60 degree. Now here I am drawing the angle of 60 degree. Now taking the protector, children, with the convenient radius. Okay, taking the protector with the convenient radius. Taking the protector with the convenient radius. Now children, now see, I have brought the camera down so that you can see clearly. Now see, children, I have drawn one angle 60 degree. Okay, you already know to draw this angle, right? We have drawn the base, we have used the protector, and then we have drawn angle of 60 degree measure. Now how to bisect it, children? First, okay, take your rounder, and with any convenient radius you are going to draw two arcs here. Okay, one arc on this arm, one arc on this other arm, and then changing the position, children, you are going to draw, okay, arm in the center here, and the second arm will be your here. Now this point where both the arcs intersect, children, okay, using the scale you are going to join this. Okay, children, you will be joining this way. Now this ray, okay, this is the ray. You can name this ray. Suppose we give the name A, B, C, and this is your F. Okay, so this ray BF, children, ray BF is nothing but, you can write ray BF is the angle bisector. Okay children, this is the angle bisector. Now the next topic what we are going to revise is perpendicular bisector of a line segment. What is that? Perpendicular bisector of a line segment. Now let's draw perpendicular bisector of a line segment. Now suppose children, if you draw any line segment and we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of that particular line segment. Say for example, now we are drawing a line segment which measures, say for example, 8 centimeter children. Okay, so we are drawing a line segment measuring 8 centimeter. We give the name as P and Q. Now these line segment we have to bisect. Okay, perpendicular bisect. So what are you going to do? You will take your rounder and you are going to open the radius, or you can say open the compass more than half. Okay children, after opening the compass more than half, keeping at one point, you are drawing one arc down and one on the top. Okay, and then again shifting the position on the second end point of the line segment, you are drawing again one arc on up and one down which intersect the previous arc. Okay children, so you can see that the two arcs are intersecting, and then you will draw a line segment passing to these both the arcs where the intersection point is, and this is your okay. So this what you have drawn, this particular line is nothing but it is a perpendicular bisector of a line segment. You can name this perpendicular bisector, suppose if we name as C and this point as D. So now you can suppose here, okay, so this perpendicular bisector we have named as C and D. Here this perpendicular bisector is intersecting the line segment at point M. Now this PM, that means PM, length of PM will be equal to length of MQ. So you can write there, therefore length of PM is equal to length of MQ. And you can also say that line CD, what it is? Line CD is perpendicular children, is perpendicular to line segment PQ. Now this symbol is for perpendicular children, this symbol is for perpendicular line. Okay, line CD is perpendicular to line segment P. So dear children, I hope you have understood the angle bisector and perpendicular bisector of the line segment. Now the next topic and onwards topic we will see in the next video. Children, I will be sending, so I will give some homework sums which we will be solving in the homework book for practice based on your chapter number 3, that is HCF and LCM. Okay, copy nicely and solve it in the homework book. Thank you for watching.